7 powerful reasons the Bible changed the world. My friends, throughout human history, there has been one book that has outlasted empires, shaped civilizations, and continues to change lives today. That book is the Bible. But why is the Bible considered so great? In this video, let us discover together the 7 reasons that make the Bible truly magnificent. The Bible is the oldest book. The Bible is the oldest book in human history, with a history stretching back more than 3,500 years. The earliest writings of the Bible were recorded around 1500 BC, beginning with the books of Moses, also called the Torah or the Pentateuch, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. At first, God's words were inscribed on stone tablets, such as the 10 Commandments given to Moses, and also on metal plates and parchment scrolls. Archaeologists have confirmed the ancient age of biblical manuscripts using carbon-14 dating. For example, the Dead Sea Scrolls, discovered in 1947, were dated to between the 3rd century BC and the 1st century AD, proving the Bible's texts have been preserved faithfully for over 2 millennia. The Bible is not one single book, but a collection of 66 books written over a span of 1,600 years by more than 40 different authors from different backgrounds: kings, prophets, shepherds, fishermen, and even prisoners. Yet together they form one unified message about God and His plan for humanity. Empires have risen and fallen, kings and kingdoms have come and gone, but the Bible remains unchanged. Truly no other book has endured the test of time like the Bible. The Bible was the first printed book. In the 15th century, a great invention changed the course of human history: the printing press. Around the year 1455, Johannes Gutenberg built the first movable type printing press in Mainz, Germany. And what was the very first major book ever printed? It was the Bible, known today as the Gutenberg Bible. Only about 180 copies were produced, each printed on parchment or paper. Some of these priceless copies are still preserved in museums and libraries today. This was not a coincidence. Scholars and printers chose the Bible as the very first book because it was considered the most valuable text for humanity, the foundation of knowledge, morality, and faith. Just as a new company often chooses a powerful ambassador to represent its brand, so the printing press chose the Bible to represent the power of printing. From that moment, the Bible became accessible to the common people. No longer locked away in monasteries or handwritten manuscripts, it could now be printed and shared widely. This event marked the beginning of the knowledge revolution, and the Bible stood at the center of it. The Bible is the most translated book. The Bible holds a world record as the most translated book in history. Today, it has been translated into over 2,400 languages, covering more than 90% of the world's population. For comparison, most famous books, like Shakespeare's plays, or novels like Harry Potter, have been translated into less than 100 languages. But the Bible far surpasses them all. Why? Because the Bible is not just for one nation or one culture. It is a message meant for all humanity. Translators throughout history have dedicated their lives, and sometimes even risked their lives, to make sure every tribe and every tongue can read the Word of God in their own language. From the earliest Greek and Latin translations to modern translations in African, Asian, and indigenous languages, the Bible continues to cross barriers of culture and geography. It is truly the universal book of mankind. The Bible is the most read book. The Bible is also the most widely read book in the world. It has been read by more than 6 billion people across history. No other book even comes close to this number. To illustrate, Best-selling novels like The Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, or The Da Vinci Code have sold hundreds of millions of copies. Impressive, yes, but compared to the Bible, their influence is small. The Bible has been printed and distributed in billions of copies, far surpassing any other book in human history. What makes this even more remarkable is that the Bible is not a short novel or a simple story. It is a vast collection of writings, history, prophecy, poetry, law, letters, and wisdom. Yet people from all walks of life continue to read it. Kings and presidents, farmers and fishermen, scholars and children. Every day, millions of people around the world open the Bible to seek guidance, encouragement, and hope. Truly, the Bible is the most read and the most loved book in all of history. The Bible is the most powerful book. The Bible is not only the oldest, most printed, and most read book, it is also the most powerful book in history. Think about this. When presidents, kings, and world leaders take their oath of office, they place their hand on the Bible. Why? Because the Bible is recognized as the highest standard of truth and justice. It symbolizes honesty, integrity, and moral responsibility. Throughout history, the Bible has shaped nations. Laws in many countries were built upon its principles. The Ten Commandments, for example, have influenced legal systems across Europe and the Americas. Even concepts of human rights, justice, and equality trace their roots back to biblical teachings. Great reformers and leaders such as Martin Luther, William Wilberforce, Abraham Lincoln, and Martin Luther King Jr. were all deeply inspired by the Bible. Its words ignited movements that abolished slavery, defended human dignity, and fought for freedom. No other book has had such an impact on politics, society, and culture. Truly, the Bible is the most powerful book ever known to mankind. The Bible was written over 1,600 years. One of the most remarkable facts about the Bible is that it was written over a span of 1,600 years. From around 1500 BC, when Moses wrote the first 5 books of the law, until about 96 AD, when the Apostle John wrote the book of Revelation, the Bible was completed. During this long period, over 40 different authors contributed to the Bible. These authors came from very different backgrounds: kings and prophets, shepherds and fishermen, soldiers and doctors, scholars and even prisoners. The amazing thing is this: although it was written across 16 centuries, in different languages, Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek, and in different places, palaces, deserts, prisons, the Bible carries one consistent message: the plan of God to save humanity. No other book in history has such diversity of authorship, yet such unity of theme. This is clear evidence that the Bible is not just a human book, but that it was inspired by God Himself. The Bible confirmed by science and history. The Bible is not a book of myths or legends. Time and again, science and history have confirmed its accuracy. For example, for centuries, skeptics claimed that the Hittite nation mentioned in the Bible never existed. But in the early 20th century, archaeologists uncovered their entire capital city in Turkey, proving the Bible correct. The fall of Jericho, described in the book of Joshua, was also doubted until archaeologists discovered collapsed walls exactly matching the biblical account. Science also confirms the Bible's insights. Long before modern astronomy, the Bible said that the earth is a sphere that hangs on nothing. Job 26:7, Isaiah 40:22. Centuries before medical science advanced, the Bible gave laws of hygiene and quarantine in Leviticus that protected Israel from diseases. The discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls in 1947 also proved that the words of the Bible had been faithfully preserved for over 2,000 years. While scientific theories change and kingdoms rise and fall, the truths of the Bible stand firm. History and science continue to testify. The Bible is true. The only book about past, present, and future. The Bible is unique because it is the only book that fully explains our past, our present, and our future. In the beginning, the book of Genesis tells us where we came from. That God created the heavens, the earth, and mankind in His image. The Bible reveals the meaning of life and why humanity struggles with sin and suffering. In the present, the Bible speaks to our daily lives. It gives us wisdom for family, work, relationships, health, and faith. Its timeless principles continue to guide millions of people in making right decisions today. And about the future, no other book speaks as clearly as the Bible. The prophets foretold the rise and fall of empires, the coming of the Messiah, and the spread of the gospel to the ends of the earth. In the book of Revelation, it tells us about the final judgment, the return of Jesus Christ, and the creation of a new heaven and a new earth where righteousness dwells. The Bible is not just a history book, nor just a book of moral lessons. It is the book of life, showing us where we came from, how we should live now, and what our eternal destiny will be. We have seen together the 7 reasons why the Bible is the greatest book of all time. 1. It is the oldest book, surviving for more than 3,500 years. 2. It was the first book ever printed. 3. It is the most translated book in history. 4. It is the most read book in the world. 5. It is the most powerful book, shaping nations and leaders. 6. It was written over 1,600 years by 40 authors, yet with one message. 7. And it has been confirmed again and again by science, history, and prophecy. 8. Finally, it is the only book that explains our past, our present, and our eternal future. No wonder the Bible is called the Book of Life. It is not just words on paper, it is God's message to humanity. So the question is, have you read it? Have you discovered its truth for yourself? If a book has changed billions of lives across 20 history, don't you think it can also change yours? I invite you today, open the Bible, read it with an open heart, and let it guide your life. Thank you for watching. If this video inspired you, please subscribe, like, and share so more people can discover the greatness of the Bible.